Good afternoon guys and welcome back to the channel. Chris Dennis here, putting specialist and short game performance coach. I've just done one take of this video but the microphones were switched off, which is a minor detail. So today we're talking about 3 different lies we get in the winter that really cost a lot of people shots, and I get a lot of questions about them, but they're also lies that we can get into the summer or going into the summer at least. So if you can master them now and understand what you need to do, it's going to be easier throughout the winter and going into the season. So although the guys have just done a cracking job of raking this bunker, Richard and the boys, keep up the good work, I'm showing you a compact bunker. So in the summer we can still get this lie, we can still get something that's been, you know, there's been a lot of rain, it's not been chanced to if it being raked, or there's not a lot of sanding, and it's become very compact. And a lot of people think that all I do with these shots is I drop kick them, I thin them, I never get them to where I want to be. So on this occasion, which you'll know is rarity, I am going to encourage you to have the leading edge square to the target. If we open the club face up and we swing nice and shallow, as you will see, we'll catch the ground a little bit before, drop kick, hit the ball in the middle and send it straight over into the trees on the far side. So what we want to do here is make sure that is square. We're going to be now trying to basically pick the ball off as if we was chipping. So ball first, we're not trying to hit the sand first because as we know that will bounce. And we're also, a lot of people are a long way away from the ball trying to be nice and shallow. We don't need to on this occasion. We need to be a little bit narrower in the stance, a little bit taller. We've got a leading edge and we're going to try and work that club steep on the way back. So instead of it being around the body, we're now trying to get steeper, so we've got a little bit more angle of attack and we can get that ball up but still moving forwards towards our target. And again, we don't need a big swing here because we've gone square with the leading edge. It's going to come out a little bit hotter. Obviously you might say, why don't you go to your 60? This is my 56. Depends on the length of the shot. If the pin was short-sided and the ball was close, the flag was close, then we would look at going your 60, get exactly the same technique, just a little bit more loft. But here on the other side of the green, I'm going to go 56, a little bit taller, square leading edge, and not much motion. And you'll see there, that popped out, didn't run as far as I thought, but it's done the job. And here in those kind of lies, I've not taken much of a divot, it's not steep, I'm not trying to do too much. Square leading edge, work that club up and just get that ball running out towards the flag. So not inside tour average there, but I'm out. And for the majority of you golfers, all we're trying to do there is guarantee that we're out, guarantee we get a contact and not leave it here or in there, or even worse, over in the trees. So let's have a look at the next lie we're going to go through and let's see how we can fix that one. Right, so here we are, next lie, and we're on one of those mud patches, so somewhere where the grass hasn't grown, somebody's taken a divot and it's landed on there. And what I see a lot of times is people panic. So people think, right, what do I need to do? How can I get this one to work? Do I need to go like a bunker and I get more down, but we might drop kick or I might fat it? You know, they might go this one where they give it the big one. Oh, I've caught it well, I've made sure I've got a divot, but that's gone a little bit too far. So let's grab another ball. So I'll go straight on that mud patch again. I made good contact there, but it's very uncontrollable of how far that's going to go. You know, times must be hard when I've got one of James Robinson's golf balls in the bag. So opposite to what we've just done in the bunker where we've been trying to work that club steep, we're now trying to be nice and shallow here. So there's no wrist set, it's just going to be my body rotating, ball positions just back of centre. So here we would have ball back, just back in centre, club head or butt of the club just in front of my zipper, and it's now going to be more body motion. We're not going to have any kind of wrist hinging there. So we're taking the wrist out of this one. We're going to make it nice and easy back in the stance, shaft slightly length forwards, and then from here turn the body back, turn it through. You can see we can get that running out, picked it up nicely, a little bit of forward shaft lean, make sure we get the ball moving forwards. What I see a lot of times is people use a 60 from there, and it just rides up the face. You make reasonable contact, but it rides up the face. Because we're shallow, there's already a lot of loft on there, and it lands here and never reaches the target. So don't go for too much loft. Don't start trying to play, oh, it's like a bunker shot. It's not on this occasion. We're trying to get that leading edge square again, which 2 shots we've had the leading edge square, which, as you know, a lot of people are saying it's always got to be open. A little bit of forward shaft lean, and then from there, no wrist set, and we can just make a nice and simple motion and pick that ball up off the mud and get that running. So let's move on to the third and final shot that we see in the winter. So the third and final shot, the ball is there, but you'll probably not be able to see it. I've stepped on that and it's sat down in the thick rough. So we get the thick, wet, snaggy rough at the moment. In the summer, a lot of golf courses have been going thick rough just off the edge of the green, just to give you that, or just to make golf harder really. And what it's going to do is going to, again, strike fear into people. What kind of shot am I trying to play here? A lot of people will try and close that down. We've just talked about 2 shots there where we're squaring the leading edge up and trying to get that ball out and running. And what I see is people continue to do that here. So what they try and do is square that up, the club snags in the grass, it closes down, and it never gets to the target that we want to. So again, let me play another ball. So we've got the 2, so again there, can barely see it. A lot of people, back of the stance, really try and dig it. All right, that's actually come out okay on that time, but there's a lot of times where brought multiples, because whenever I try and do it on camera it always goes too well. Again here, they catch just before. Oh, how many times have you seen that? They catch before, they just stuff that in front of them, and it never really gets running down there. And you've done the hard work, you've got all the way to the green, and then you've not been able to get anywhere near with your chip. So here, I really want to open that club face. We're still going to be working it like that bunker shot. We want to work it steeper, because here we want angle of attack and we want loft. So we want the combination there. So I'm going to open that club up. Again, by opening that club up, it breaks the grass as I'm coming into the ball. If I go square, a lot of the times it snags, everything gets mixed up around the hosel, closes the face, and we don't get a true contact. So nice and open here. We're going to work that club up again. We're trying to hinge it nice and vertical. And then I'm going to release that down into the golf ball. And you'll see there, comes out with plenty of loft. You could barely see that ball. It came out with nice amount of loft. I needed to aim a little bit right as it shows there, but we can get that with loft, landing soft, and we can be positive. So opening the club face, steep angle of attack, they're the 2 things we need from a ball that's sat down in the rough. So same in the summer, if you've got a similar shot to this, we can still play it the same way, open it wide up. And again, like I said with loft, I've gone for the most loft in the bag there. I've gone for the 60 degree. I've opened that up to give it even more loft, and then I can be nice and positive through the ball. If we don't get enough loft here, people start to decel because they think it's going to run out too far, and then ultimately even leave the ball just in front of you. So guys, there's 3 different lies that we've gone through here in the winter. A compact sand where we want the leading edge square and a nice steep angle of attack. Second one, square face, a little bit of forward shaft lean, but a very shallow motion when we're playing off one of those bare mud lies that unfortunately if you just miss the greens at this time of year you can end up there. And then the third and final one, a ball really sat down in the rough. Sounds like a firing squad off the 3rd tee. If it's really sat down in the rough, we need a lot of loft on there to break through the grass and be able to get a good contact, and we also need that steep angle of attack. So guys, any questions, ask those below. Any other lies you would like to see, any different shots you'd like to see, as always, get them in the comments below. And as for now, I'll see you again later in the week.